Hey everybody, hope this video finds you doing good. Yeah man, I go by the name of Pillar Trades. I believe this video will be my first, you know, I'd say like intentional market analysis. So to kickstart everything, thank you for taking your time and being here. This video, I'll try not to make it long and not so on. I'll just try to make it short and brief. So basically, I'll be breaking down my watch list for this coming week ahead, which is the fourth and last week of January 2026. So basically, I'll just be breaking down what I have on my watch for this coming week. So basically, to start everything off with the DXY, we could notice it's still within this whole piece of price action, and I'm paying attention to how the previous weekly closed. You understand? We had an aggressive bearish momentum this past week. You understand? I'd say it was more of a market shift because I remember the last week we were paying attention towards the scandal with where we are reacting from. You understand? Only to realize that, oh, we're not just reacting from this, which is an inflection from a lower time frame perspective, but we also reacting from this being more of a back end type of thing, whereby this was more of a mini double bottom, double top, not, you know. So if I could go lower, you could notice that, oh, we had this follow through. We had this follow through. We took out this low, whereby you could notice on how we closing on the daily and paying attention to this aggressive bearish candle. So basically my idea right here, it's very simple. I'm still looking for price to continue giving us the momentum because we're more in this bearish momentum and bearish run. So how could we capitalize from the momentum? For sure, anything is a form of a continuation right below this piece of right below this low would be enough for me to consider as an opportunity for further more moves to the downside. What do I mean by that? Okay, look at this. Look at the sequence. We had this push down. We had this small bit of continuation. So anything as a form of a structure like that would make perfect sense, to start looking for further shorts to the downside. You understand? To this low, to be precise. Maybe this inflection as well. We also have this inflection to be taken. We also have this low to be taken out. So that's how I'm looking about it. The next pair, the first pair that I have on my watch is the euro dollar. Euro dollar, same thing in terms of like correlation with the DXY, makes perfect sense. We were within this piece of price action. What happened? We took out this low, and I'm still looking for price to furthermore give us, furthermore moves to the near high there. If I could like remove everything, you could notice weekly time frame perspective, beautiful piece of price action. Look at how the weekly closed, aggressive, as well. You know, you, normally whenever you have something aggressive like that, breaking these lows, you'd now start to look at these areas, for price to come take out. So basically, same thing. I'm still looking for further momentums to the upside. You understand? Maybe could we get some sort of a pullback before we push high? So I think that's how I'm looking about it. And if I could go on the daily, you could notice just like how just like how I explained it. We took out these areas. There was an inflection which price failed, pushed high. So I'm still looking for any form of a continuation that I could, anticipate on the H4, just like, oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, something in this nature I would highly anticipate. So basically that's how I'll be looking about it. Any form of a continuation right about these areas to signal further momentums to the upside as we have this high. And yeah man, the next pair that I have on my watch is the dollar cat. Dollar cat, same thing. Just like how I'm looking for the shorts on the DXY, I'm looking for shorts on USDCAD. So what am I looking for? Oh, I'm still looking for price to furthermore give us the momentum to the downside, as we could notice that, oh, what happened was we reacted at this inflection from this bearish momentum. These are our near areas of value, our targets to be precise, for our idea for short. So basically, what am I looking for here? I'm still looking for the shorts, and look at where we reacted. We reacted from this piece of price action. We somehow formed a bit of volume, aggressive push down. We tap into these nearest inflection, and guess what? We somehow form your bit of pullback, or would you call it a bit of continuation, which kind of becomes more of a V type, and we got this aggressive bearish sell off. And guess what? We're still looking for the shorts. Oh yeah, just like I mentioned, we had some sort of your V type trading above, trading below this previous low. So basically, if I could go lower, I would look to see how can I correlate this with the DXY. You understand? We have the, if we could develop into this piece of price action, looking at how the sequence has been moving. We had a push down. This became your first continuation push down. This becomes another form of a continuation near low, which is this area. To manage, I would highly look for any formation of a continuation. You know, the next pair, pound kiwi, beautiful piece of price action on pound kiwi. Looking at where we are, let me remove everything. I'm paying attention at this high. Look at where we are, this high, and I'm also paying attention at current price. Look at how we've been reacting here. Because basically, if I'm considering this as a double top, yes, we had to like react, but obviously we reacted sideways. And what does that mean? This means that we might be building volume to furthermore continue with the momentum, as we are more in this bullish momentum. So if I could go on the weekly time daily time frame, you could notice we had formed this kind of approach, your 1 2 3 type approach. And guess what? Already on the daily, we are kind of showing um change of, I'd say, like momentum from this whole piece of price action, which then be, this low becomes an area of relevance or reference for the further longs. So that's how I'm looking about it. Already we have enough, you understand. I also like the fact that we are structured. You have this 1 2 3, whereby this becomes your middle section. I mean, you have everything you could look for a flag. So what am I looking at here? I'm also paying attention at this previous low, just not to get caught up in continuations that might further develop into a structure like that. So anything as a formation of a structure trading above would make perfect sense to me, to start looking for the long, whereby I could start to manage down at these highs. So that's how I'm looking about it. And the next pair, which is the pound cat. Pound cat, same thing. Just like how I'm looking for longs on euro dollar, I'm looking for longs on pound cat. So pound cat, what am I looking at? You could notice we were within this whole reversal kind of momentum, kind of structure, and then what happened? We got this aggressive sell-off, and volume started accumulating. And what happened? Already you could notice that now this started to become more, I'd say, it started to become more larger. And guess what? We had this high here that I considered as a possible double top, and guess what? We approached this area with an aggressive bullish candle, and guess what? The following candle acted more as a your bearish high test. And guess what? We failed to react as well for the short. And this previous weekly candle, this previous weekly candle is bullish. So what does that signify to us? Now if I could like take my horizontal ray and put this high, we could notice that, oh, basically now how we've reacted correctively, and this could now become a green light that we would be looking for the long. So that's how I'm looking about it. If I could go on the H4, you could notice that, oh, if I could remove everything, oh, we're trading out of this whole piece of structure and out of this area. So anything as a formation of a continuation right about here would make perfect sense, or anything just above it would also, obviously this one would be preferable. But even as well, this one, I'd also prefer it. I don't see any difference because from a higher time frame perspective, you're trading at the right areas to look for longs. So anything as a form of, accumulation of volume in a structural manner of a continuation of touches 1 2 3 or a two touch that that is more structured, meaning having metal sections and everything. We, moving forward, which is my fifth last pay, it's this it's this pay, which is the Kiwi Cat. Kiwi Cat, beautiful piece of price action. Look at where we are. We set at this inflection here from a weekly time frame perspective, and I'm also paying attention at how aggressive this candle is, which could somehow signify further longs coming to tap into this area of value as well. So if I could remove everything, you could notice daily time frame perspective. I'm also putting emphasis from this piece of expanding, or you would call it a continuation, more of a 1 2 3 day, and putting reference towards this area of value. And what would I start to look for? Because you could notice we had this 1 2. Look at the last leg, look at this aggressive leg there, you understand? So could we somehow get the aggressive sell-off, push back in continuation, which is what would be, highly anticipated? Or could it be a thingy whereby we start now to develop into something of a larger continuation, whereby I would look for an insurance entry there, which would signify what the idea for the long, so I'd say I'm more neutral about it. If we do fund this, I would need something larger, you know, maybe something trading above this, or something trading right at the back end of this area as a form of a larger continuation. I'd look for that, and a continuation and insurance entry would make perfect sense, So that's how I'm looking about it. And okay, just to wrap everything up on my wild cards, I have the Euro Kiwi, real quick. Just two more pairs, Euro Kiwi and the Kiwi Yen, real quick. So basically, weekly time frame perspective, look at where we are. We are from a no man's land, and we have taken out this area. And I'm also paying attention at what? At this 1 2 3. You understand? I'm also paying attention at what? This aggressive weekly candle. So in case we might be looking for any aggressive, no, any further turnarounds would be these areas. And another thing, we also have this, I'd consider it as a inflection, and guess what? We had this beautiful 1 2 3. We, you know we don't have we are not pretty much, we cannot like adjust trend lines or whatnot, because yes, a person could put emphasis from this and this, and start to look for that. I think this would make sense as well. But I'm also paying attention at the the momentum. Look at the momentum. You understand? So anything as a formation of a deliberate structure like that, I would start to manage. I would start to look for shorts, managing down to these lows. So basically, H4. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a larger continuation. I'm looking for a continuation here. You understand? So anything as a formation of a continuation here would be enough for me to take it to the near low here. That's how I'm looking about it. And the last pair, which is the Kiwi Yen. Kiwi Yen, it's very, I'd say it's a bit early on it, because I'm also paying attention that we are set at an area of value for shorts, and what is happening. Look at how aggressive this previous candle was, and I'm still looking for turnarounds. I'm paying attention as well on how the daily is already looking. which might somehow signal further um, change of, you know, momentum, whereby we start to furthermore look for the impulse correction impulse. And now, what can I start to look at? You understand? I'm paying attention at this area, whereby I look at the approach, tapped into this area, and guess what? We had this beautiful 1, 2, 3 approach. So, what could that mean? This could mean a change of momentum. You understand? We could like start to now look for your push down continuations, you know. So, now if I could go like lower on the H4, you could notice that, oh, now we're starting to get the pushback in. So anything is a formation of another pushback in, something of a formation of a continuation like that. From a daily time frame perspective, we would be reacting with bullish candles. Yeah, maybe it might be two bearish candles, which now would give me a green light for a continuation on the H4 for the further shorts. Maybe managing to this low, to this, not even a low, it's more of an inflection, you know. So that's how I'm looking about it. So yeah, man, I think I have, you know, shared my watch list and everything. I still have some pairs, but you know, I'm not looking forward to share them as they're more on my shaping up more on my softer watch dollar shelf. You understand? In case the the DXY might react, you know, somehow, what you call, might react somehow bullish, and I must start to be looking for your beautiful furthermore longs. But obviously, you know, it might not come to shape up and everything. So uh otherwise, I think that is it, man. Hope everybody enjoyed this breakdown, and yeah, man, I'd appreciate your comments. Yeah, man, looking forward to this new week. Looking forward to see how the dollar reacts, basically, you know, just like how we've been reacting in this previous week. We'll look to see how we react somehow, you know, looking at, you know, all these fundamentals and everything. So I think momentum might also like kick in, momentum might as well kick in, and more opportunities might start to avail themselves. So yeah, man, hope everybody has a great week ahead. Wishing everybody a great week ahead. And yeah, man, don't forget to leave a comment, you know, and yeah, man, see you on another video.